Hey guys, just thought I'd make a little video to help you guys out, anybody that needs help. Coming up with an idea of how you could use the rafters and some super strut or unistrut to hang some speakers. So here's my attempt at it. So here's what we're working with. We got two rafters on each side, one there, one there. The plan is to put some unistrut going along the rafters and then put a bar of unistrut going across. So we're gonna get up there and take a look. So I've got some 8-inch piece of super strut. It's the thinner one. I forget the specs on it. And then I got some lag screws, star. They're about 1.5 inches, and some washers. And I'm gonna mount it onto the rafter. I'll mount it right up. I kind of traced it with a crayon where the holes are gonna go. I'm gonna put 2, 3, 4. All right, there's one done. I set it up like this so that way I have some space in here, because if I put all 6 of them in there, then I wouldn't be able to move this to adjust where exactly, because this is so narrow here that doesn't really allow for room for it to slide. So I figured 4. I'm not putting much weight, just under 100 pounds of hanging, so I'm going overkill probably, but yeah. So I'm gonna do the same thing on this side, on this rafter right there. Now to cut the piece that's gonna go across, I'm gonna cut it right there using an angle grinder. So now to put this bar across, I'm just using that blue locking nut, and I'm gonna connect it with a screw just like that one, and a washer, thick fender washer, right into it so it connects. So far I've loosely connected them, and that's the reason that I set it up with this kind of system, because that way I can position it just how I need it. So now, since they're loosely connected, this can actually, if you hit it, it'll move up or it'll slide forward, and it'll also slide slightly side to side according to what I need. So now I can position it exactly to where I want to hang the speakers, and I can tighten it down. Okay, so I've done it like this for a couple reasons. First of all, I want it to be extremely secure and strong, and it is probably stronger than it really needs to be for the small speakers we're going to be hanging. But the other problem is that the center of the room is this false ceiling support is exactly in the center. And I was hoping to get one chain to come down and suspend the speakers from, but this is in the way. And if I really want it centered, it's gonna be a problem. So I'm gonna have to do 2 chains. So I've set it up to where, as you can see, there and there, I've centered this part right here, right directly above this beam, or this support. That way I can do a chain from here, straight from there, and 1, 2 over, another chain from there. That way it'll be centered with 2 chains hanging. So that's the plan. Just to give you an idea of what I'm going to be doing up there, I'm going to take the eye bolt through the one that's hanging there in the middle, and I'm going to put one of these big giant square washers to hang the eye bolt, just like that. So I thought I'd show you a different angle. So yeah, now I got the super strut suspended from the beams, and you really could hang anything on those chains. As long as you could use, if it's too heavy, you could use heavier chains, and it's a good way to work around a problem when you have something like a false ceiling in the way, but you really want good support. I'll give you guys a glimpse of how I'm actually going to mount the speakers to another piece of super strut in just a couple seconds. So in order to mount these speakers horizontally up there, I'm making this bracket, which is basically just this super strut with one of these nuts, and I'm going to put this bracket using this screw right into it. So I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Okay, so that's what it looks like. I know, very rudimentary, very simple, but hopefully that makes it work better. Now I'm just going to mount some eye bolts. Remember, the other ones were from the center, there were 2 holes over, so I'm going to put an eye bolt here and here, and it should line up with the chains perfectly. Okay, here they are hanging from the eye bolts or from the ceiling, and now I got a lot of work to do on the cable management. But yeah, I'll give you a look from the front. And the nice thing was that I was able to adjust just how far back and forward they are, just a tiny bit, and left and right. And yeah, I'll show you what it looks like when it's all cleaned up and done. Okay, well, here's the final product with the hanging speakers when the drop ceiling is in the way. As you can see, maybe I should turn on the lights so it's easier to see them. So here they are, and yeah, I just cut the ceiling tiles in half and cut some little holes, recesses for the speakers to come out of, and it works great. Sturdy, strong, and safe. So hopefully that'll give you some good ideas when it comes time for you to do something like this and you can't think of what to do. All right, have a blessed day.